deny his lane.
Yeah, and it's not going to allow Puck to look and gank, right? It's definitely a hero that is going to require your full attention to make sure that once you do hit level 6 on the Broodmother, that you're not just instantly losing that tier 1 tower for free. So that would make life a little bit more difficult for the Puck. You know, being able to micro these spiderlings away.
Look at that.
One is last game on the Brood, so we'll see if Liquid could get the job done here. Of course, playing again with a stand-in rather than their full-strength roster. Okay, with just a couple of days off here.
Prepare for battle.
So it does seem like they're gonna be running boxy mid at Quick and the. Well, actually, I'm speaking to Quick. Maybe it's not. Assuming that because boxy IC has the ward.
Yeah, I mean, Quickva has not purchased any items yet, though. Of course, just hauling spider butt down to the bottom lane to get the webs. I mean, it looks like from the way he's playing, he's just going straight down bottom to plant his early webs.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Okay, it's bottom.
Bottom. All right. Well, that would be the ultimate mind strat, like mind games here by Liquid. You put the webs bottom, then Quickva shows up mid. 0 webs, who cares? And then they're all preparing for the Broodmother.
Great way to troll the casters, I suppose. I think your enemies would be having a laugh at that. Just one thing I want to quickly point out for Boxy. Okay, hold on.
They were setting up the Fortunes onto 3 together with a bushwhack that stops any attempt of initiation, but OG just has stronger level 1, so they're going to be able to push him away from the bounty rune and take it for themselves. I think it's fine. So what draft are you favoring at the end? I'm slightly OG favored.
Yeah, I am too. I just think Topson's going to have a real easy time, to be honest, especially because it is going to be the Mars mid at the end of the day. The Mars early rotations, I think, can definitely make or break this, for sure, for Boxy. But I don't think he's got really too many easy targets either, to be honest. Lion, you know, is a good one. The Wyvern as well is a good one, but, you know, you can just Arctic Burn and fly over the walls of the arena and ruin his day. I don't think Timbersaw is dying too easily, especially if he gets an early Hooded Defiance up, so... It seems hard. I think like Liquid, they've drafted themselves into a position where they do need to play some really solid Dota and come up with some clever plays, as well as of course playing with a stand-in. But they're a team that can do it. I
don't think they got out-drafted because I just think their team fight or their game is a bit hard because they're playing a super high tempo. So that's why, like, I don't think one draft is better necessarily, just that one is clearly easier to execute. And I think that is definitely OG's. But, okay, let's see what Liquid can do. This is their style. Strong lanes into a powerful mid game, and then hopefully close out the game as soon as possible. Sometimes they struggle doing that last part, but that is what Liquid likes to do.
It's true.
Illidan used to play that way as well, I think, sometimes. When he played the Trial, that was one of his favorite heroes.
Seb lacked the range, it looked like, on the Timber Chain level 1 to be able to break the static link, so just a little bit more damage for Illidan will make these first waves a bit easier. Real quick note on Boxy, as I was interrupted by the first blood attempt last time around. You know, hey Boxy, welcome back. Oh, they're going again.
Taiga did not go for Boots 1, which means SumaiL could just proceed all on, but they didn't want to rush for it. You were saying, Boxy, welcome back.
Yeah, so Boxy, welcome back. You know, oh, by the way, we don't have the full squad. Game 1 was normal. We played a normal off-lane game. Second game, which they did lose, he was actually kind of playing a pseudo-carry Axe. They kind of awkwardly swapped lanes, you know, 6 minutes in even. So,
but now he's always had this belief, though. Like, there's no such thing as a role. It's just heroes that you're good with.
Whoa, the damage onto Quickva.
Like, we've seen this before, you know, we've seen Quickva play like the carry role sometimes from the mid lane, or Mickey doing the same thing. And in fact, Mickey sometimes plays the Ember Spirit from the mid lane, right? Like, it's not the first time that Liquid swapped roles, so I don't think it's crazy for them to see that. It was just one Insania played carry that I was like, alright, that's a major swap.
Yeah, that one was definitely a bit more surprising when we saw who locked in the hard carry CK. Quickva now finally up to level 2. He's going to need to pop this Insatiable Hunger at a good time. Still a bit of regen left, but Notel with plenty of mana and SumaiL. Lots of damage to go around. They're going to go for Taiga. 1 second stun, though, is going to allow Taiga to get off the Fairy Fire. Notel can't close the gap in time.
Okay, now it could be that they get a counter kill on SumaiL. SumaiL needs to get away, Reality Rift, but he didn't get a crit there to heal. Notel will get a counter kill on Taiga, but that is not the first blood. A huge win there for Liquid. However, Notel actually cleaning up the space. He wants a lane to himself. Notel going to be the pseudo carry.
Yeah, I had my eyes on mid where Topson and Boxy were fighting over the water runes here eventually. It looks like Boxy tried to get the top one. Yeah, of course.
Seb. There's a little Timber Chain on Seb, but yeah, once he has the level 2 Wrecking Bomb, it seems How is Thompson doing in this mid lane since you're watching it so good?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pretty good. Lots of sparring out from Boxy, definitely showing his prowess here on the mid lane. Mars, for sure, you know, is definitely playing like he could get plenty of extra free kills out from his rotations at level 6. But again, because we're not actually laning the Broodmother mid lane, Thompson has the liberty as well to rotate away. He's not going to be too concerned if he does end up rotating top that that a Mars rather is going to be able to take his tower, say, as quickly as a Broodmother who's level 6 can.
That's true. In fact, I think there's a point where, oh, wait, Koikva in the bottom lane. They have the Chaos Bolt. Nice little bushwhack. Koikva, still a bit slow, but SumaiL in a similar position. Can't quite get that kill. Noto was doing so much with a Splinter Blast. So yeah, I think there's a point where you rotate Timbersaw bottom, deal with the Broodmother Spiderlings. Ideally, you take the tower top as well. So maybe Hook rotates top early, takes the Razor kill, then you take the tower, and then you give freedom to Seb to go bottom. Or alternatively, the Puck goes bottom, kills Koikva, you already weaken that, and you leave Timbersaw completely alone. And you go with Puck plus the 2 supports, the ganking squad, try to find whatever kills you can muster.
Silken Bola onto No-Tail. 3-second stun now. 2 points here in the Chaos Bolt. Nothing in the crit here for SumaiL. There's No-Tail now popping the Arctic Burn, looking to turn. They're going to be able to create a bit of gap as well here with the Reality Rift. They're going to get the kill onto Taiga top lane, though. It's going to be Insania with the kill onto Saksa as they do boot Seb away from the lane for a bit.
Oh. That top lane, we already expected it to be a bit difficult. Razor's strong laner. Timbersaw can't really do much against him once he gets Chakram, so not much surprise. I like the Ring of Protection early, though, for the extra armor. I don't like you're going to use the mana too much. It's really just the extra armor is kind of useful here, just to deal with the Razor a bit. He's going to have free farm, but you're not too concerned about this. Timbersaw can recover eventually, especially because the Timbersaw probably got picked just to deal with a Broodmother. Well, that's your main goal anyway.
Thompson gets the bottle refill after Saksa takes the death. Saksa then sent along his merry way back to the top lane. He might be back to fight over power runes here in just under a minute. See if they decide to rotate anyone away from the bottom lane. I think this lane's a little bit too high octane for either of these supports to leave, though. So it ought to just be the Lion and this Master Tier Oracle of Insania if they are going to rotate anyone away towards this mid lane or power runes.
The bottom lane, they go for Ultimate again. Another Splinter Blast. Noto's at the afterburn this time, though, so he's going to fall to Koikva. And Koikva getting stronger and stronger. Now with the Orbital Corrosion, harder to get away from this Broodmother. But SumaiL's still getting decent amount of farm. Hasn't been cancelled out of the lane, and in fact, Koikva only has 9 lasses, so he's not too happy with his lane, even with the kills and the pressure he's putting out.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It's decent pressure. He's suffering a little bit of the levels. It took him, like, I think 2 minutes to get up to level 2 here in this lane. As power rune spawning in, they're going to go 50-50. Thompson wins the toss with the illusion rune. Nothing too crazy for him. Shouldn't result in a kill. But Koikva doing a lot of work here with the Silken Bola. Now having the Orb of Corrosion and completing some infused raindrops is going to help him a little bit here in terms of his ability to fight versus SumaiL and a Winter Wyvern should she choose to show her face again in this lane.
Yeah, but one of the issues of having a strong lane against a Broodmother like a CK is that now when the Hoodwink leaves to naturally do Hoodwink things, you leave the Broodmother in a very precarious position. CK can continue to farm, you can't really fight him 1v1, and that gives an advantage to OG when it comes to the lane pressure. Top lane, Seb, he's tanking the static link nicely. Illidan really wants to commit, but it's a Timbersaw. You just can take the damage and use it to last it at best. Bottom lane, SumaiL sees a squirrel, wants to kill the squirrel, but here comes a Mars. Boxy surprises them, they have Arena Blood still available. SumaiL could be in trouble. They actually spear him to the wall. Again, still the arena, just in case, but SumaiL gets safe from the cold embrace. Boxy doesn't want to let this target go. SumaiL needs to go up to the high ground. It's impossible for him, so he's going to fall.
Yep, here comes the counter rotation, though. Thompson just going to be able to find Insania. Not as valuable as a kill, unfortunately, as the kill onto SumaiL, but it is something. In the meantime, he will be able to scout these stacks if they had a Brew in here for the Mars. And I'll actually be able to steal a couple of them, farming some neutrals along the way. So not the worst rotation out from Thompson, but it's not quite a kill onto the enemy carry.
Yeah, because they got the rotation first on Mars.
Oh, hold on, SumaiL already coming top.
Oh, he is coming top, okay. So yeah, because they got the rotation first with Mars, Puck gonna do the same thing top. So now you have to try to do something big top to kill Illidan, because you only got a support out of it. There's the Reality Rift, plus the Chaos Bolt. Illidan could be in trouble if Thompson joins, String Cold still hasn't been used. Illidan is going to fall to Thompson. Nice little kill there. And this could result into a tower that'd be ideal, but maybe Seb just wants to go bottom to try to help out. Make sure you don't lose your tier 1 for free against the Broodmother. You have Chakra, right? I don't know if you can afford to stay up top this much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, and here he goes. Okay, now Seb's making the rotation as soon as Quakeva shows. So, yep, I'm level 6. I've already got the Spider Long Army. A Bruin here, quite large, and here's Quakeva already looking to cut waves. Luckily, Timber is able to, you know, also do the same thing with great ease, so it shouldn't just be the Broodmother just casually taking this tower too easily. It's top lane, Illidan looking for another kill. It's got a little bit of damage, stolen 56, more than enough to get the kill here on the Saksa. In fact, he might escape. No, instead Taiga pulled in by the reality rift of SumaiL. Short little stun onto Hoodwink, but there's heals immediately from Insania and won't be able to progress any further here.
Alright. We took a small line kill. It's not that big a deal because Timbersaw managed to stop this push down bottom, and as you can see, Quakeva just now cutting lanes, recovering. This is the flash farm we're talking about. Not the ideal situation for Broodmother, but a situation that is okay and acceptable for Quakeva, and a way to recover and still put pressure. In the same way, Liquid is going to respond to OG by trying to go up top and preventing them from taking an easy tower. After all, the Razor versus CK matchup does benefit the Razor ever so slightly. Taiga, however, won't be benefited by this too much. There's a Fate's Edict, and he's a Scurry already. Dream Cold just for Insania. They use the Winter's Curse to get rid of the Razor, and Insania should die at that. No! With a pushback, Insania's fine for now. And if Illidan is going for the Winter Wyvern, trying to kill No-Tail, he is going to get that kill. He stole a bunch of damage, had the magic wand. Illidan trying to get away. Here comes Taiga to help him out in the arena, just a bit late. Patience avoids that spear. Thompson is fine for now. As they haven't lose Rift just yet. Waiting Rift to the high ground. Thompson, he still avoid more damage. The healing from the Purifying Flames is keeping him alive. Thompson going up to the high ground. He wants to get away, but will he succeed? He might just have to consider suicide. And he's not even going to get it. Thompson will die to Insania's auto attack there.
Yeah, really, really nice play by Insania. OG just really looking to utilize those early ultimates. We're not really looking for a full 5-on-5 engagement, which I think why those were 2 solo ults onto one onto Illidan with the Curse and the Coil onto Insania, just because they want these pickoffs. They want space for the tower. Unfortunately, not only will they not get the tower, but they'll lose Thompson for that. Boxy just hovering around the top lane. Last time wasn't able to make any plays out from it. But this time, though, he's rather successful and is able to at least turn the tides of that fight. OG, though, persistent as ever. They'll head straight back top.
Yep. I think Liquid is responding accordingly. They're still finding farm for Boxy, which is going to be the main space creator in the early mid game. And then by Illidan just staying top, this tower won't fall. That's as much as he needs right now. Either Storm is ready in a second. He's stolen a bunch of damage. Dinko, though, you don't care for the stolen damage. You're going to burst him down. Yep. If you can't attack, what's the point of the static link? That's what OG's discovered. The best way to deal with Razor is murder.
It was a 3-second stun. We also had Boxy already take care of that tier 1 down bottom. Massive Spider Lane armor here has been amassed, as he's actually going to look to now rotate it to the mid lane. Solo Curse here is not going to do much versus Boxy, as yep, they've got him quite easily. No-Tail will fall.
Radiant's middle tower.
And that's the moment where he knew he had screwed up. There was a moment there where Winter's Curse stayed for a second too long, realized Broodmother wasn't there, probably rotating. Quakeva's playing a bit more active. Broodmother not staying in the bottom lane, wanting to put pressure mid as well. Timbersaw didn't quite cancel her entirely in the early game. He's hold up the tower.
They're making another play top. Illidan with the link on the Saksa. The arena's erected, only catching SumaiL in it. Illidan with a 40 damage stolen or thereabouts. As SumaiL attempted to TP away. The Hex for Taiga to stop a stun from coming through, but they didn't need it. Illidan with plenty of damage already. Saksa with a nice juke here. It does manage to avoid the bushwhack as No-Tail TPing on in. Even without Curse, is going to be able to repel them, Liquid, from going any further underneath that tier 1 tower.
I'm glad that Illidan has not changed since the... He's not the win condition kind of carry. He's the utility carry that helps you out, the brawling carry that is always active. Razor suits and stuff. We used to play it a lot. And it's suiting them because they've managed to defend this tier 1, and now the jungle swap that OG would be looking for is not possible. Liquid is capable of still taking over bottom, and once they take over mid, this Mars comes online, they'll start pressuring OG heavily. However, the threat of the puck is still a thing for OG here, or for Liquid rather. And we talked about this. Lack of stuns on puck and make Thompson have a really free game. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. Thompson to get 1 or 2 big items, particularly the Witchblade, and then going ham on the end.
Yep. So Seb, he's abandoned all hope down in the bottom lane. That's infested by spiders, and he'd rather not. If there's one thing that Timbersaw is afraid of after trees, it might be spiders. Bites and breaking out the mid lane finger again for Boxy. They've nuked him down. Winner's Curse here on a Koifa. Only one creep to surround him. The stun is 3 seconds onto him. Sharpshooter, though, is going to pick up Saksa. Embrace by the Wyvern. Koifa has got plenty of healing, and Sani as well. Still holding on to the false promise here, as now Koifa turning and murders No-Tail. Doesn't get much lifesteal off, but now SumaiL left behind here, could be in trouble. Koifa, though, returning, realizing that Seb's TPing on over, doesn't want any trouble. Bushwhack at least holding down Seb, but it was Thompson in the face of Illidan. He's got still a decent amount of damage now, 72.
Illidan's like, guys, why are you backing? We can still murder them, Seb, in the middle of this, though. He's not afraid of spiders, by the way, because they immediately use the reactive armor.
That is true. Yeah, he's really not afraid of spiders. He just wanted to farm top and push top. That was the joke. Yeah, the attempted joke.
Illidan, by the way, or sorry, in that fight, I really want to point out that Taiga's done this a couple of times. He's always there for the retreat, because since Bushwhack takes away the vision from the target, right, it's so very difficult for them to chase after you when the guy leading the charge, if he's stunned, fine, he can't charge any further. But if he has no vision, it's difficult for the rest of OG to continue, because Liquid could be setting up for a trap. So it puts you in a very precarious position. I like how Taiga's playing this. He's like, Bushwhack for free? No, No-Tail. They just died here. They're charging the Sharpshooter. Oh,
get down, Mr. President.
Nice job. SumaiL might be a carry, but he's a support at heart, helping out his teammates. What a nice
power
guy.
Of friendship. They have that flower power going now for OG, making sure that No-Tail stays alive.
Meanwhile, he taps the comms, and it's just No-Tail screaming at him like, block me, they're gonna kill it, block me now, block me now. I got you to this team. I know. We like to hope for the best things from the players.
So they've got some positive vibes going. That's what they said yesterday anyway, after their initial win. Coil dropped here for Illidan, just to make sure they could chase. In fact, Thompson was looking to go back, but Boxy, again, just rotating top. Third time now he's made this play. Didn't work the first time, works nicely the second time. Third time he even is rewarded now with his kill onto the puck. I love Boxy's persistence at just continuing to rotate top for these turns. Mid lane, Saksa is going to get the cold embrace, as now Seb broken, but does keep Saksa alive.
Taiga's been very on point with from the casual kills, the great Bushwhack there using Sharpshooter for, remember the Sharpshooter does push you back, so helps you a lot get out of these situations. Can't be using escape, not the longest cooldown ever. I feel like Liquid is taking advantage of OG's indecision with their movement sometimes. And Liquid's always there to punish that. Of course, Illidan just leading, go for Seb, now Taiga using the false heart to save him, but Winter's Curse to reset this fight. Can they continue this OG? They go in, Boxy's ready, no arena though. They're gonna burst down Illidan. At this rate, he's been hexed, they turn him into sushi. Illidan will fall.
Spiders are coming.
Freebie there. Taiga does Bushwhack Thompson. They have the damage to kill him. They do with a Sharpshooter. Taiga just had it ready there. As Seb trying to run away, trying to save No-Tail, but the spiders end up finishing him off. Nice little Fortune's End, pretty long duration as well, but Spear wasn't ready to push him back just yet. Koifa trying to find the supports, but he lost all his spider army. Just got new ones off Saksa's dead corpse.
Radiant's top tower.
Nice little win for Liquid there, despite losing Illidan, I'd say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you get 3, you get another overextension basically out from Thompson. He ends up just way too far out from his team. And OG then are a little bit stretched thin, which made it a perfect time for Koifa to just kind of nip him in the butt like a true spider would, immediately onto the Winter Wyvern, who didn't have the cold embrace anyway, but is still super useful for exactly this, as these spider lanes at least are able to live thanks to the web regen. But Lion as well was really in a bit of a pinch. Good teamwork though from OGs, and able to get him out. Seb looking back now for this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, which they failed to get before, and Sanya holding him down with the roots. That is the vessel already completed here for Taiga. Boots into the vessel, and now Illidan coming back. We fighting, boys, we fighting. Onto the other side of the river, though, and despite having the vessel debuff applied, Seb should still be able to stay alive for now. Babaki looking to change that. Sharpshooter perfectly calculated. Will find him. No-Tail without a cold embrace is going to die to the Spiderlings, if not Boxy, trying to at least get the Spiderlings to get the kill. No such luck. He is going to go down to the auto attacks of Taiga, and it's Liquid who actually take the mid-tier 1 tower first.
Judging by his performance, I don't think Illidan is asked if they fight. He just goes in. He just immediately leads the charge. And it's been working for them, you know? Broodmother has been kind of a pseudo-win condition. Up top.
What's he doing up here?
Yeah. He was trying to cut or push the lane. Instead, he'll be pushed into a coffin.
He was so close to his Blink Dagger as well. I think that's probably what he was doing.
trying to Thompson here alone. Oh, even committed the Dream Coil just in case. He's out to False Promise actually, I think. And the Dream Coil stopped that with the mini stun.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. You don't want to waste that kill. For now that you've lost your tier 1 tower, I don't think you really want to be making any too aggressive plays here for OG, because they can't reinforce quickly. You can't buy back, you can't reinforce if someone else is split push across the map. So, you know, I support the move. Secure the kill. You don't mind not fighting for a full minute. Just farm a little bit here. I say that now, but NoTel is looking to try and farm up some spiders. And here's Seb continuing to push in top lane. He's just finished off the Crimson Guard here after the Vanguard. We'll have that one fully completed and on the way. It's going to do a big favor to his supporting staff to make sure that they don't just get, you know, immediately eaten by all the spiderlings. And we're going to smoke and fight here, SumaiL.
Because they've been getting killed often by the spiderlings as well, so I think the Crimson Guard did. As an offlaner, you can lead, but if you have nobody to follow you, who cares, right? The Crimson Guard's a really smart choice.
Agreed. So held down. They're rotating around the spider though, or rotating around the squirrel.
Bushwhack has an absurd range. That's like, I swear I wasn't even close to a tree. And if you Timber Chain, you can even actually practice it with Taiga, right? The tree gets broken, but if you Timber Chain into a couple of trees, Bushwhack can easily predict it there. Well, pseudo counter to Timber Saw in that sense.
I could see it. I could see it.
Dagger finally on top. So now I think is when he becomes too slippery to get the kill. It's a turning point here for OG, perhaps?
I think it could be. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get much out from that smoke. Now Sox's Blink Dagger is going to be revealed by the ward right outside of Roche. I believe that is Taiga fervently pinging, pardon me, making the entire team aware of the Lion Blink Dagger. So that shouldn't have much of a surprise now on the likes of Liquid, who themselves, they've got a do they have a smoke? Let's see one here actively. They do. It's going to be on the Hoodwink instead, who is looking to just continue farming and keep the waves pushed out top lane. Seb. Okay, he hit with the Yule Scepter of Boxy. Arena walls are erected, and that will leave Seb in a very bad spot. The break in case they needed it. Winter's Curse again from NoTel does not connect onto anyone. Only holding down Illidan for a second and a half is now NoTel attempting to TP away. Just way too much burst damage. The physical damage insane right now out from Koikva.
Now the Roshan is a possibility for Liquid as well. I don't know if OG can fight this. I mean, you have no Winter's Curse there. You stole the Dream Coil, but are you even interested in fighting this? It's gonna take a while actually for Liquid to take this anyway. Nope, Thompson seems interesed. There you go. The Dream Coil. And you can even kill Koikva there. Honestly, kind of a freebie right now.
We've got a Halberd as well for SumaiL. He's finished that one off after the Sange and Armlet.
Dire's bottom tower
Liquid will realize, oh, we don't actually have any minus armor, so we don't do this too quickly.
That moment's like, oh, you didn't pick up a medallion? Oh, I didn't pick a medallion.
Oh, my bad. Where's our medallion? Oh, you went Vessel? Okay, there's a Timber. Insania, I'm in position 5, dude. Okay, fair enough. I'm not a Snapfire. I don't farm.
Then you check Taiga's head and he's like, wait, what's that Maelstrom for? You know, I got my Vessel. I have a right. It's actually the same build that MSS was doing in Nature, actually. But let him, there was a game where they were playing the Hoodwink and they just let him farm for a while to kind of become a pseudo carry.
Gee, I managed to sneak it. Thompson picking up the Aegis as well here. Means that Liquid are going to be thanked for doing them a favor.
Yep, Reality Rift 4 you do. Just a little small amount of minus armor will do the trick here. CK not a bad Roche Taker either, honestly.
Yeah. That really is
and
all
you are
it took.
Radiant. You have an advantage there.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Soxa yet again, unable to blink away, will be killed off pretty easily by Boxy. He's got Blink and Yules now. I think I like this as a solution. I feel like for a lot of the Mars, usually you'll see one or the other. But he's been having, honestly, a pretty good game. He's third in terms of net worth, and we do need as many resources as we can get, especially early on, to try and stop Thompson from just, again, having a free game. So far, I'd say that they're quite successful. 5-3-2 right now on Thompson as we look over towards the mid lane, where Seb is going to turn and just get all the Spidey lanes, leaving only one alive with the Crimson Guard active. Timber chaining his way around. Boxy, though, is going to be able to find NoTel. Arctic Burn active, but shot down there with the crossbow bolts of Taiga. We'll get yet another kill here onto the Winter Wyvern. Taiga 7-2-7 right now on the position for Squirrel.
I agree. feel like his performance of Hoodwink has been stellar this game. And this is why I think the Hoodwink does a bit better on the 4 position, right? Like, I don't mind 5 positions Hoodwink, I think it works. But the 4 position just gives him so much liberty to just get kills all over the map, get some more expensive items, become a pseudo core later on to the game. In this game, you kind of need it because you don't have any full core or any full carry really. Mars, Razor, Broodmother, they all kind of fulfill this condition somewhat. OG has a very clear carry in the form of CK, a nice scaling core as well in the form of a puck. So it's nice to get the Hoodwink to fill that gap and mitigate some of the impact or some of the weaknesses you have in the late game.
Yeah, it's also going to help your illusion clear quite a bit. You know, if you pop Phantasm in the middle of the fight, Taiga, now that he's just about to complete the Maelstrom, is going to be able to yeet an Acorn right at him, and that'll do a good amount of damage here, as well as slowing, of course, the CK and trying to get rid of these illusions. So a little bit more illusion clear. Not bad, considering your 2 other cores, being Razor and Broodmother, aren't really famous for their ability to take down, you know, waves of enemies, more of just a 1v1 kind of vibe on these guys. So, you know, if you got the money, you know, you got to flaunt it here. And that's exactly what Taiga's looking to do.
Is under attack.
OG yet again smoked up. Gonna be looking for a fight at no tail. Up to the high ground he goes, planting the ward. Will be able to scout Insania and Illidan both. And instead is just gonna choose to try and TP away.
That moment where you see a tree breaking and you're like, was there something there?
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, they're gonna get the D ward immediately. And I believe that's Illidan just finishing off BKB, if I'm not mistaken, right? Freshly delivered.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep, as fresh BKB for Illidan. A little bit of a turning point since we don't see an Ags on Puck just yet, but Dawson's actually kind of close to him. 700 gold for that BKB. And once you get that, it's like a really easy way to control Illidan.
Fortified. Radiant's bottom is under
Broodmother.
attack.
Tier 2 tower trade proposed, likely to be accepted by both teams. OG, without a fortify here, are going to just lose the tower to all of the Spiderlings. Lots of those. But in exchange, they should be able to get this tower, I want to say. So it's taken Seb quite a while, though. And it looks like Liquid, yeah, with the disarm, of course, if you disarm any neutrals, and Pango players will know this, they just stop moving. Same can be said of all of the all of the lane creep in the game. You disarm them, they will stop moving.
Creep's only purpose is to murder things, so of course, if they can't attack, what's the purpose of their life? So they should sit there still forever.
Smoke on smoke. Liquid are going to be heading back into their own jungle where they see Tops in. Aegis still available though for another minute. Yule Scepter boxes Yule himself. And now Seb on the way in. They almost get through Insania. He does manage to at least pop the ultimate onto himself before the finger could kill him off. Taiga finally with the kill onto Saksa. Illidan with the BKB now held down by the Winter's Curse yet again. Seb still looking for these backliners along with Thompson as the Maelstrom props up from the Acorn shot. Doing a bit of work. Illidan though getting focused as he's been kited around by No Tail. SumaiL throwing the 3-second stun on top. Thompson as well, closing the gap. Bushwhack not finding anything as it's going to be Illidan instead taking the drop. Taiga held down now in place by the Dream Coil. Ought to be finished off here just with the right clicks alone. Seb with the Timber Chain able to get the job done. OG still hunting for more, but no one else in the area for Liquid means that it's a successful fight. A 1v2 or 2-for-1 trade, and the reveal here of the Lion Aghanim Shard, which actually made him a little bit more annoying than Liquid were prepared for.
To me, the biggest reveal actually was the Lotus Orb on Seb. Both incredible Lotus Orbs. The quick Lotus Orb on Thompson saved him from the Fortune's end route, right? Allowed him to move freely, like it was immediate right after. And then even forcing back the Acorn shot would actually put the Hoodwink in a difficult position because that does slow you ever so slightly. So well played, really well played by Seb. Those Lotus Orbs were really quick, and it's almost like he knew what spells he had to dispel immediately. So I think that's a really smart pickup. The extra armor is also very useful this game. His Timbersaw performance has been very impressive this game. And that pretty much gave him the team fight to me, honestly, was the 2 Lotus Orbs. And now Thompson is even more free than before. He's going to go for the Kayan Sanj, so starting to actually build some items that will give him some damage. Insania does the ward. Now he's technically invisible, but Sam has so much area damage, he doesn't seem to care. They will go the courier on top of that. Winter's Curse for Illidan, but here comes Foxy. The slew of stuns for Illidan, who has the BKB. No Tail is in trouble. He's going to come out of this ice with a headache. Illidan will finish him off, and SumaiL wants to continue fighting first on Illidan. With that disarm the head top, SumaiL just kills him. A big spider and a Spartan is trying to go after SumaiL. Can they do so? They did break the Dream Coil. Didn't know it was an axe on it. So Quiddle will get stunned for quite a while, but saved by the False Promise. Now the Hex instead for Insania, punishing it for his sins. Liquid will end up losing 3. OG turned this team fight around, and now they're in the lead.
SumaiL showing up with the boys. He added so much damage there. Despite a full duration static link, a full 174 damage stolen from the Winter Wyvern, it just wasn't enough. SumaiL able to just kind of 1v1. I mean, they did him the favor of doing it one at a time, first versus Illidan, and then Koikfa joining the fight a little bit later. But that just made it a little bit too easy. It was a great initial arena out from Boxy, but unfortunately they didn't really capitalize off of it too well. That's going to be then OG already up into the high ground tier 3 tower, taken down. Looking for the first lane of Barracks. The acorn shot. There's a couple of procs out from the Maelstrom.
The bushwhack actually catches the illusions. Good bushwhack. I still think these racks will fall. SumaiL will end up taking this one lane of racks. Seb, no, hit it. Nice, hit it. There we go. Seb gets stuck to a tree, but it's fine. We're good. He can get away. He also has the Kayan sign, so he's pretty safe.
He's trying to cut off a backliner here. Instead, he's going to be punished for this one yet again. This time, though, he's not going to look to snap the coil, but SumaiL's going to snap his neck. I don't know if spiders have necks, but that's SumaiL. He just murdered Koikfa. Arena set up, though. Time too fast on the phase shift. And now Illidan was expecting that one to connect. He's got a BKB just to run away. OG, though, their foot's on the gas, but not letting up here. And now Insania back onto the low ground. SumaiL trying to pull someone out of position here, just needs the vision. Will settle eventually for Boxy, who now pops his BKB, but Illidan hexed up. Saksa on the high ground, removing him, slowing the mana, or slowing the Razor to a crawl. OG, I think eventually are going to have to back off, considering they cannot yet push this tier 3 tower, considering the tier 2 is still pretty healthy.
Nah, just wait for the Roshan now. There's no need for you to... I mean, take the tier 2 mid and then go for the Roshan. You know you're in the lead now because Liquid could not really execute their tri-core. Hoodwink hasn't been able to transition to being like a pseudo-core either. Just yet. Later on, Liquid might be able to recover a bit, but right now you're in the lead completely. We did speak previous puckers, and I think it's showing more and more in these fights, right? These Dream Calls, he can use haphazardly, doesn't really care. He just needs to catch one hero they want to kill. He's constantly all over the place, Thompson. Nobody can really catch up to him and murder him. Even with the build that Boxy went for, which I think was pretty appropriate. You need a Hex or something.
Yeah.
Those phase shifts has been so hard to stop.
And I think it's going to get even harder now. This is a BKB on the way. It's actually the Kaya and Sanj. It might be the better choice here, to be honest. Because I think these fights are destined to go a little bit longer than the duration of the BKB. But now there's phase shift in a second. Great Winter's Curse here. And we're going to be able to use that Waning Rift to escape the walls. The Arena Sharpshooter is going to fly away harmlessly. Seb, though, looking to counter-initiate. He's got actually the Flamethrower active onto Boxy, pinned to a tree and held down now about the Bushwhack. Liquid just looking to buy themselves enough time to escape. But OG yet again going aggressively. The coil finding both supports. Seb diving underneath the tier 2 tower now. Plenty of damage. SumaiL onto the backlines with the Phantasm active as Illidan looking to try and do the same here to Saksa. SumaiL held down a bit by the Bushwhack as there's going to be now the false promise used on Insania. SumaiL has dispatched at least of Taiga. Koikfa is going to be eluding the fight, but SumaiL and Seb onto the tier 3 towers. There goes Insania.
They forced Illidan to TP back home there. SumaiL wants more kills. He has a Blink Dagger in 4. Boxy also wants these kills. Oh, look at the Lotus Orb! That sets up, yet again, Boxy in trouble. It's once more Seb with a split-second Lotus Orbs. Getting a kill he had no right to there. What did he have for breakfast today? Must have been the best.
That's what everyone was asking yesterday for Saksa. He had his Wheaties today. And his, got the reaction times right now.
I see, the Wheaties. I see. Seb takes down they're going to take down this tower relatively easily. And yeah, what does Liquid do now, honestly, to get back into this game? It's tough for them. I know, like, their draft is just not made to play this late, and definitely not meant to play this late with this far behind, right?
Yep. I mean, OG, I think now they're remembering. Okay, guys, what do we do now? All right, Roche is up. Second Roche in the game, most powerful Roche. You know, buffed by something like, I think, 160% or something with the addition of a 1400 gold item on top of the cheese. So far, though, they've got no interest. They're just seeing, they're waiting around to see if Liquid will, at this stage, you know, make a pretty aggressive move into their own triangle, which is kind of a crazy thing to say considering it's their own triangle, but that just tends to be the pace of the game when you're down 13k with a Broodmother on your team. Playing a damn good game here for sure, but like you're saying, it's not just a draft. It's just not a draft rather that's meant to go late game here.
Now Insania. He has the Glimmer Cape for now. We have Bottle, Haste actually on SumaiL in case he needs this. I like that the cleave talent also gives CK's I think this is partially why CK has been picked up a lot these days. I've seen the cleave talent being picked up on almost everyone. Because that extra little farming speed it gives you into the mid game makes you a really solid late game. CK always was in that position, but would often fall off. Because what build do you go for that gives you farm? Midas really was the only one. It was a very sink or swim kind of carry. The cleave gives you a lot more of a contingency plan.
Thompson is itching for a fight. He caught just a whiff there as Boxy walked in and cleared the wave with the God's Rebuke, and Thompson immediately jaunts onto the Illusory Orb there that he just threw to clear the wave as well. And at least buy them the space and the time to do Roshan though. Second Roach, Mage's Cheese, and that Shard on the way here of OG after they... I mean, you remember the circumstances that kind of aligned for them to be able to sneak the first Roach. I mean, absolutely no problems with it this time around. In fact, Thompson, he's got a Reaver in the quick buy. Is that going to be for the overwhelming blink? Yeah, it is.
Are scanning.
Is that to cancel more blink daggers just because... I mean, he did go for the spell amp, so... I guess it does amplify that too.
Link blinks, the slow versus Taiga is going to be super punishing. If Liquid can get like one kill here and refill that vessel, I mean, it's just so difficult now. Thompson, or sorry, Seb make that with the Bloodstone on top of the Lotus that he's just making play after play after play with. There's SumaiL now with another item. Part of Tarask for SumaiL.
Okay, Taiga trying to kill the Lion first. Oh, not in the middle of round. That's not what you were looking for. Boxy still has the arena of blood. SumaiL
got Thompson this time.
Thompson's safe. They're gonna kill No-Till first. Building is in trouble as well. SumaiL just pummels him to death. Boxy's the next target. They silence him and crush him. They just taking 2 cores out of the fight. It's only a big spider left. What is she going to do? First, they go for Insania and Taiga. They leave Koikfa alone. The spider's been leashed. The GG is called. Liquid has had enough. OG will take game number 1 in a very deciding, very impressive fashion, honestly. Particularly great performance from Seb.